Now, a new feature to tell you about that begins tonight. Each Wednesday, NJN News will bring you a special environment report on a pressing issue facing New Jersey. The stories will focus on a range of topics, from nuclear power and open space preservation to the drinking water supply. In tonight's environment report, the EPA says it will expand its investigation into lead contamination at a superfund site along the Raritan Bay. It was discovered at beaches in 2 Middlesex County towns. Our environment correspondent, Ed Rogers, probes the issue.
You wouldn't know it was New Jersey's latest Superfund site from the number of people who were out enjoying the weather along the Lawrence Harbor seawall. Sections of this beach were closed last year after high levels of toxic lead were discovered. Congressman Frank Pallone and EPA Regional Administrator Judith Enck announced today that the agency would expand sampling for contaminants to include groundwater, the beach, and areas that stretch up to the roadway here.
Because we've got to get more detail on the type and the extent of the contamination.
Work will also begin to rid the beach area of debris. 2 other contaminated waterfront areas in Sayreville and Old Bridge make up the Superfund site. The EPA says it's likely to propose a cleanup plan in the first part of 2012. The cost is likely to reach into the hundreds of millions of dollars. Residents who came here today are impatient and want cleanup work to begin.
The price of housing is going to go down. My house is going to go down. I have it up for sale. I have to get out of here.
The EPA says tests have shown the soil in this park near the site is safe. Melissa McGee often brings her daughter to walk along the waterfront.
There are many people bring their children here. You know, this is a community park, a park of the town, so I think it should be taken care of sooner than later.
Last summer, samples of fish and sediments found that lead had migrated into the Raritan Bay. Environmentalists are concerned that contamination could spread because of the slow pace of the cleanup.
The sooner it gets out of the waterway and the sooner it gets out of the sediments, the more we're going to be able to lift the fish advisories in the area. So it's a huge public health issue.
It's believed the lead contamination came from metal slag used to make the seawall in the 1960s and 70s. Residents say the material came from a nearby national lead plant. Federal officials say they moved quickly to get the site on the Superfund priority list and ask the residents for patience.
They're going to have to make an official determination, and there might be court action on that. But for me, you will hear the problem is caused by national lead.
My view is we want to err on the side of caution. We don't want people exposed to lead, so give us some time to let the process work.
Ed Rogers, NJN News, Old Bridge Township.